This is your sign to turn your life around. Make the executive decision. You are the CEO of your own life. You have the power to turn the franchise around. And just because things haven't been going so well up until this point, it doesn't mean they can't get better. There are so many zero to hero stories. But you must first acknowledge that there is a problem. The first step to change is awareness. You must be aware of the problem at hand. Otherwise, you will continue causing damage. Unfortunately, many people today would rather hear comforting lies as opposed to the harsh truth. They don't want to book that board meeting with themselves, that one-on-one. They don't want to sit there and be like, come on, man, what's going on? Why have you led us up until this point? You know, where you are in life is a result of the decisions or lack of decisions you've made in the past. Maybe you should have started 2 years ago, but you didn't for whatever reason. There's no point grieving that you didn't start 2 years ago. It should bother you, but don't be like, oh man, if only I would have just started, and then you just sit there and grieve that. No. Let it sting, but then make a decision to immediately begin the process now. Okay, we didn't do it 2 years ago, we're going to do it right now. I'm not going to be that kind of guy anymore that just delays things for a ideal, convenient date in the future, because there won't be one. There won't be. Life is chaotic in nature. Things go wrong at the worst possible time. So if you're waiting for a perfect time, you'll be waiting for the rest of your life. And that time won't come. The best time is right now. The perfect time is right now. And just remember, small progress is still progress. People want quantum leaps overnight. They want to start a business today and next month be an award-winning, agency with a 7-figure a month revenue, and that's just not how things work. There's steps in between. And this is, the issue here is with people being focused on the prize as opposed to the process. They attach onto this time in the future where once I get that, then I'll be happy. No, be happy now with the small wins along the way. And I've spoken about happiness in more detail in other videos. Happiness is a visitor. It comes and goes. It's not a constant state. But if you think that there'll be a point in the future where you're just going to be happy, I mean, that's naive. Because you could make the millions and then, God forbid, you get diagnosed with a serious illness. So now all of this time you've been miserable, waiting to be a 7-figure earner. And the moment you made your 7 figures, you became seriously ill. People like to look at things from a very idealistic perspective, not from a realistic perspective. I'm not asking you to be miserable. Okay? In fact, what I'm telling you to do is to be realistic. Realistic means that you enjoy the process along the way. There's going to be ups and there's going to be downs, and that's okay. That's okay. I want you to celebrate your first customer, your first subscriber, because those are moments where you watch yourself transform. You're not the same guy at 1,000 subscribers that you were at 1. You've improved. You're not the same business owner after you've sold your 1,000th product compared to the first. You've changed, you've evolved, and that evolution is something to be proud of. Earl Nightingale defines success as the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. If something is worthy to you and you are progressing at it, you are a success. It's not a Lamborghini, it's not a 8-bedroom mansion, although those things are, of course, very nice. It's the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. Begin the process now. Is there something you're interested in that you've been looking to take a course about? Take the damn course. Start learning. Make yourself a cup of coffee, sit down, grab a little biscuit. Start watching the course. Inform yourself. Information changes situations. There you go. To get to another level, you must stretch your mind to new information. Allow it to receive new information. You can't be operating on the same data and expect different outcomes. It's just not how things work. Every level will require a completely different version of yourself. I'm always looking to evolve in every aspect of my life. In every aspect. In the way that I communicate in my videos, in my practices as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, as a brother, as a son, in every way, as a friend. There's always room for improvement. But I want you to remember that the time will never be right. It will never be right. For many years, I was pushing it back. Let me get a better camera. Let me do this. Let me do that. And I just unnecessarily prolonged the process. If I would have just sunk my teeth into it and started learning and making the mistakes, because in the beginning, you will be bad. You will be. You're bad before you're good and good before you're great. That's the process. I've spoken about the stages of competence before in other videos as well. You're not going to be absolutely world-class at the moment you start. There's stages you've got to go through. So instead of waiting for a perfect time in the future, start now so you can allow yourself to be bad for a while and then get better and then eventually become great. Time is ticking. It's what, March the 20th now? Remember when everyone was screaming and jumping up and down because it was the 1st of Jan 2024? Well, we're in March now. Almost the end of March. So, if not now, then when? If not you, then who? Because if you don't do it, someone else will. Someone else will get the prize. Just because you don't try, it doesn't mean they won't hand out a prize. No, that prize will still be handed out. Someone else will be holding it. Someone else will reap the rewards of their labor. And you know what? They may have started from a situation that was less favorable than yours. Yet they still made it. So there's really no excuses. There's someone out there who's gone through more crap than you, yet has still made it to a remarkable level. Take inspiration from that. Don't envy. Envy comes from a place of scarcity. And it usually comes from people that had dreams of their own, didn't follow through on them, and are now trying to take out their frustrations on people that are, because those people are reminders of the things they didn't do. So you never want to be that guy who's envious and, oh, look at this guy, he thinks he's this. You don't want to be that guy. And you don't have to be that guy, most importantly, because you can make a new decision today to turn everything around. Make the executive decision. It's in your hands. You are the CEO. You're not a vulnerable victim. You have the ability to decide enough. Stop the calories from going in. I don't want to gain any more weight. I'm going to decide not to eat that bag of chocolates right there. And I'm a massive chocolate fan myself. I have to remind myself of that all the time. You can decide, you know what? I don't want to hang around these people anymore. They just suck out any inspiration from me, any desire, just negative people. And negativity's sticky. You feel it on you when you're around people who are negative. No. I stay away from people like that myself, who complain about, oh, it's the end of the world war, there's nothing we can do. You know, I stay away from these people. You have the ability to make a new decision. Jim Rohn says, you are not a tree, you can move. You can move. This is your sign to take the first step. It doesn't have to be a huge step. It doesn't have to be a quantum leap. No, it could just be a little baby step, and then another baby step, and then another one. And then you start stacking those baby steps, and then you look back 3 years from now and you think, wow, I remember that day. But it all boils down to, are you sick and tired of being sick and tired? Are you at that tipping point where enough is enough? Because if you're not at that tipping point, you'll just carry on. It's mildly inconvenient, but it's not inconvenient enough for you to want to do something about it. If it bothers you truly, where you are right now, then you will get up and move. If it doesn't, then you'll do exactly the same things you're doing right now and you'll carry on coasting. because it doesn't bother you enough. And your words you may say something to your friends. Oh, I'm really annoyed. I want to be rich. I want to escape the matrix, whatever. You may say all these stuff to your friends, but your actions say otherwise. And as a man, you don't want to talk left and walk right. You want your words to have weight. So if you say you're going to do it, most importantly for you. Because if you don't do it for you, you will chip away at your self-esteem and you will start to dislike yourself. Do it for you, most importantly. At the same time, remember that when you go out there and do it, and you engage in motions, you will inspire people. People will look at you and think, wow, I remember when this guy for so long was just angry and frustrated at himself, but look at him go now. And you will inspire someone else who's maybe going through the same thing. Okay? Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. Go out there and take that action. Make the executive decision. See you in the next video.